Good evening. Good evening and welcome to Martin Luther School. This is our first ever performance of Order in the Court, so please consider yourselves part of the jury. That means when the bailiff says, "All rise," they're talking to you. Okay, so stand up, join us, be a part of that, because you will be rising for the Honorable Judge Justice, and be prepared for some audience participation as well. If you haven't discovered it already, I'm going to let you in on a secret. There is a piece of paper under your chair. Don't look now, because you might spoil the surprise. Do not grab that until Act 2, Scene 4. The kids will tell you when, and they'll tell you what to do, so just follow their lead. Couple of tips about the theater: they can hear everything you say too. Okay, so please remember that any whispers or talking can distract our performers. Also, now is the time to take that little personal computer out and silence your cell phones. And if you need to go to the bathroom or leave during the performance, please go during applause between scenes and re-enter during the applause in between scenes. Please do not use flash photography tonight. We do have a videographer that is recording our show this evening, and we want it to be pristine when we release that to all of you. Finally, put away your cell phones. Be in the moment with your kids. They have worked really hard on this, and we are really proud of them. Welcome again to Order in the Court.
I'm Nellie Sly, reporter for New News Now. All is quiet here in the courtroom right now, but soon it will be buzzing with activity. Seated on the bench, the Honorable Judge Prudence Justice will bang her gavel to begin the trial. In these seats, jurors will file in to perform their civic duty and render a verdict of guilty or not guilty. At this table, the prosecution will present its case against the defendant. And in this box, witnesses will testify for and against the accused. And right here will sit the defendant with his attorney. Is he guilty? Is he innocent? Will justice prevail? We shall see.
I'd call a mountain of evidence.
Is it? I simply call it being prepared. Something you, obviously, wouldn't know anything about.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
You wouldn't, but I would.
It might not be wise to underestimate me. People aren't always what they seem.
Oh, really? In my experience, people are almost always, disappointingly, exactly what they seem.
In my experience, people are almost never what they seem.
Like your client? Are you going to tell me he only seems like a bad guy? That deep down inside, he's really a good guy who needs a second? Or is it his third chance? Please.
No, he's a bad guy who's often kind. He's also a nice guy who's done some pretty bad stuff.
Well, which is it? Don't you even know if you're defending an innocent man or not?
Oh, definitely not. I only defend the guilty.
What are you saying? You must...
And I always win.
I think you'll find I never lose. Your client is guilty and I'll prove it.
I'm sure you will.
What?
Judge Justice presiding.
Please be seated. Are all parties present and ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Excellent. Would the defendant please rise? Bailiff, please read the charges.
In the case of State versus Peter N, man is charged with fraud, corruption, lying to police.
How do you plead?
Not guilty.
Please speak up so the court can hear you.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'm nervous.
Nervous, are you? Are you going to tell the truth?
Yes, sir. I mean, ma'am.
Then you have nothing to be nervous about. Now, how do you plead?
Not guilty.
Very well. Call your first witness. Oh, is the prosecution ready to proceed with opening statements?
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the defendant sitting before you is certainly not guilty. I mean to say, the defendant is most certainly guilty. Today, I will present you with a mountain of evidence and parades of witnesses that will prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that the defendant is guilty of corruption, fraud, and a despicable cover-up, attempting to get away with his wrongdoings. It is your job, ladies and gentlemen, to make sure he is not responsible for escaping justice for his actions, actions which will appall you, actions which are terrible to every good and decent person such as yourselves, actions which must be punished to the full extent of the law. No doubt the defense will try to raise, well, doubt. But don't be fooled by his tricks. The evidence will speak for itself. Thank you.
Your turn.
Pretty tall stack of evidence, isn't it? Some might even call it overwhelming. Lying. Cheating. Corruption. Fraud. Selfishness. My goodness, it looks like I've really got my work cut out for me with this one, don't I?
Approach the bench. What kind of an opening statement was that? You do realize you're supposed to be on the defendant's side, not the prosecution's?
I do, Your Honor. It's all part of my plan, I assure you.
Very well. Step back. Call your first witness.
I'll never walk in this world alone, even when I don't know which way is home. I can trust Him when I don't understand that God has a plan. God has a plan, plans to prosper you. God has a plan, plans to keep you. God has a plan, plans to give you hope and a future plan. Did Peter plead a plea he couldn't prove? Peter will be prosecuted properly. If the prosecution proves the point that Peter pled a plea he do you know him? God has a plan.
Call your first witness.
I call Samuel Shekel.
Do you promise that the testimony thou give will be a true portion of the truth?
Please state your name and occupation for the court.
My name is Sam Shekel, and I'm a flower merchant.
Mr. Shekel, what is your relationship to the accused?
He's a customer and a friend, or so I thought.
Tell us what happened. How long would you know the defendant?
Forever, since you're in Hebrew school together.
But you're not friends anymore.
Not since he lied and destroyed my reputation. My business is on the brink of failure, and it's all his fault.
Now tell us about it.
Well, my family and I sold flour for generations. We had good customers, loyal customers. I was planning to expand my business to a few more markets, but now I can't. It's hard to keep the lights on. Most of our customers have left for other sellers because they were told by him that I had cheated them for years. Some friend.
Why would he do that? Why?
Objection. Speculation.
Sustained.
Apologies, Your Honor. When did your relationship with the defendant begin to sour?
Well, like I said, we've been selling flour for generations. I needed to replace our weights and measures, so I found a good deal, or I thought it was a good deal, on a new set. I should have known that the price was too good to be true. About a week later, I noticed a huge problem.
What was the problem?
I had too much flour.
Why was that a problem?
Looking at my receipts, I shouldn't have had that much flour left. I had sold more than I had on hand. Yet I still had sacks of stuff left. It didn't make any sense. About time I finished inventory, Peter came in.
And then what happened?
Well, like a fool, I told him my problem. He suggested I check my weights and measures. If they were off, that explained why I had so much product.
Sounds like he helped you figure out the problem. How did that damage your friendship?
Well, while I was checking my inventory, he went around telling everybody that I cheated them. When they checked their kitchens, they found out that I shortened them a lot.
Objection. How could Sam possibly know what my client was doing while he was somewhere else?
Sustained.
Apologies, Your Honor. What did you find when you checked your weights and measurements?
He was right. They were off. I was going to head back to the shop to pull all the receipts so I could contact the customers to give them the flour I'd owed them.
Did you make it right with your customers?
I never got the chance. By the time I got there, there was an angry gang of customers. They were shouting and flinging flour all over me. They wrote cheat and liar in the front window.
Nothing further.
No questions, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Shekel, you may step down. Call your next witness.
I call Miriam Maraba.
Do you promise that the testimony thou give will be a true portion of the truth?
Please state your name and relationship to the accused.
My name is Miriam Maraba. Okay, so the defendant is my cousin's brother's sister-in-law's third cousin twice removed. Or is it my cousin's brother's sister-in-law's second cousin 3 times removed? Well, something like that, you know? Family, sort of.
Thanks for that. What kind of person is Peter to you as a family member?
Oh, he always knows what's what. If you want to know what's going on, he's who you go to.
Do you shop at Sam Shekel's?
I used to.
But not anymore.
Nope, not since he turned out to cheat his customers.
What? Miss Maraba, please speak to the jury, not another witness.
Sorry, Your Honorship.
Continue, Miss Works.
Thank you, Your Honor. Miss Maraba, did Sam Shekel try to contact you?
Yes, he sent an invoice in the mail. Can you believe him? The audacity!
Really? What did the invoice say?
No idea.
Wait, what?
I never opened it. I threw it straight in the rubbish.
Your Honor, I would like to submit, I'm sure I put it somewhere, this invoice into evidence.
What? How does she?
Is this the invoice he sent you?
Yes, it is.
Would you please read the message at the bottom for the courtroom?
Dear Miriam, I have discovered that my new weights and measures are inaccurate. Please come to the shop at the earliest convenience. I will replace the missing flour. If you're too busy, let me know and I will have one of the kids bring it to your house. Sam and family.
How much did Sam charge you on that invoice?
Nothing.
I'm sorry, Miss Maribel. I couldn't hear you. Speak up, please.
0. I'm so sorry, Sam. I didn't
Miss
realize.
Maribel, please confine yourself to answering the questions.
Oh yeah, sorry, Your Honorness.
One final question for you today, Miss Maribel. Is the person who told you that Sam was a cheat in the courtroom today?
Yes.
Would you point him out for the court, please?
It's Peter, my very own cousin's brother, sister-in-law's third cousin, twice removed.
What?
Order in the court!
Your witness.
Your Honor, I have no questions for this witness, but may I request a brief recess to consult with my client?
Very well. 10-minute recess. Bailiff, escort the jury to the jury room.
All rise.
Why did you have me plead not guilty? You know what I did to Sam. He was my friend, and I ruined his business. Then I tried to make sure he never found out. I pretended to be his friend, all while knowing I was the one who started the angry mob.
I know, Peter. I told you when I took your case that I only defend the guilty. It's going to be all right.
How can you say that? Do you see this mountain of evidence she has against me? Are you gonna make it magically disappear?
Well, not exactly, but something like that. Do you trust me?
Well, I know you're really good at what you do.
Peter, do you trust me?
Well, I know you've worked miracles before.
Peter, answer me. Do you trust me?
Yeah, but I don't know.
That's all I need to hear. Remember, you trust me. I won't let you down. I promise. I have never lost a single one of my clients. I will not lose you either.
There's a mountain of things that I've done wrong. So many times I have not acted for love, but you're working all things for my good. There's a mountain of mercy for the children of God. There's a
Please be seated. Are all parties present and ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Excellent. Call your next witness.
I call Hazel Benjamin.
Do you promise that the testimony thou will give be true, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Please state your name and relationship to the defendant.
My name is Hazel Benjamin, and I'm Peter's friend. I would like to go home. Please, I have nothing to say.
I'm sorry, Miss Benjamin, but you must stay and answer a few questions. Then you may go home. Continue, Miss Works.
Thank you, Your Honor. Miss Benjamin, how long have you known the defendant?
Since childhood.
And how would you describe your relationship?
When
Before the demonstration outside Sam Shekels.
Pierre and I were very close.
How close?
Please, I don't want to be here.
Hazel, you must answer. Just tell the truth and do the best you can.
Peter was my best friend.
I see. And how long would you say you had been best friends with the defendant?
Please stop calling him that.
Calling him what?
The defendant. His name is Peter.
Very well. How long would you say you had been best friends with Peter?
Since we were little, we both loved the stories of Joshua and David. We like to read scriptures, but girls aren't supposed to. Peter thinks I'm smart, and he likes talking about that with me. No one else understands me. The other girls think I'm weird.
And now, how is your relationship?
I don't know.
You don't know?
We haven't talked for a while.
Because of what he did.
We haven't talked. I've tried to see him, but his mother says he doesn't want to see me.
And why wouldn't he want to see you?
You'd have to ask him.
Come on, Hazel. Isn't it because of what he did?
I hope not. I forgive him.
You forgive him for what he did to Sam Shekel?
No, that's between Peter and Sam.
What did he do to you that you forgive him?
Please, I don't want to say any more.
Miss Benjamin, answer my question. What did he do to you?
He told Sam that he overheard me spreading rumors about Sam and his family.
Did Sam believe him?
He did at first because he knew Peter would never lie about me.
But he did lie about you, yes?
Yes.
What? Why? Why would he do such a thing to his best friend?
I don't know. Please, can I go now?
Your witness.
No questions, Your Honor.
All right, Hazel, you may go. I'm taking a brief recess. Everyone stay. Please be seated. Call your next witness.
Your Honor, instead of calling any more witnesses, I would like to submit a few affidavits into evidence, if the defense has no objections.
No, fine. No objections.
Here you go.
Good grief. How many affidavits did you get?
All of them.
What do you mean?
I got a sworn statement from every person in the village, even some of the kids, and one ring-necked parakeet.
What did the parakeet say?
Sam's a crook and fling more flour.
Ah. For goodness sake. Bailiff, take these to my chambers.
Can you help me so this doesn't take all day?
Here, let me help you.
The prosecution rests, Your Honor.
Very well. We'll hear the defense's side first thing tomorrow morning. Adjourned.
All rise. Court is adjourned until tomorrow morning.
Barbara Waters here, reporting live from Solomon County Courthouse, where prosecution has just rested. Things are not looking good for Penitent, the man accused of ruining the business of local merchant Sam Shekel. In a shocking turn of events, the courts produced Peter's longtime friend Hazel Benjamin, who testified to his cover-ups. Now, the defense has asked a record number of cross-examination questions, that number being 0. Peter has to be asking himself whether he really hired the right man to defend him. Tune in for tonight's news, where we're going to interview the ring-necked parakeet, who may prove to be the most exciting witness in this trial.
All rise. The Honorable Judge Justice presiding.
Please be seated. Are all parties present and ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Isaacs, call your first witness.
I call Peter Tent.
Peter. Do you promise that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Mr. Tent, or Peter, may I call you by your name? That
Yes.
is your first name.
Yes, I prefer it.
Very good. Now, Peter, 3 people who know you quite well have testified that you have done some terrible things to your friends, to them.
Objection.
On what grounds?
Well, he's taking my cross-examination questions.
Miss Works, you can't object to that.
Then I object on the grounds that he didn't ask a question. He just made a statement that made the defendant look bad. I can object to that.
Yes, you can. But why would you? Overruled. Continue, Mr. Isaacs.
Does Sam Shekel tell the truth?
Yes.
So you really ruined your friend's business with a careless word or two?
Yes, I did. I didn't mean to. It spread so fast, it spread like wildfire.
What about Miriam Maraba? Did she tell the truth too?
Mostly.
Mostly. What did she get wrong?
I'm not her cousin, brother, sister-in-law, third cousin twice removed. We were once removed.
What about
Other than-
Hazel, Peter? Have you really refused to see or speak to Hazel?
Yes,
Why?
because she didn't deserve a friend like me.
Shouldn't that be Hazel's decision?
Yes, but I just can't face her after what I've done. I'm the worst. I feel so guilty. No, I am guilty. She doesn't deserve a lousy friend like me.
Thank you, Peter. I appreciate your honesty. Nothing further.
Miss Works, would you like to cross-examine?
Yes. Peter. When you... Oh, nothing, Your Honor. I got nothing.
All right, Mr. Tent, you may step down. Call your next witness.
I call Moses to the stand.
Moses.
Do you promise that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Good morning, Moses. Thank you for being here today.
Of course, I'm happy to help.
Are you acquainted with the defendant?
Objection. If the witness is not familiar with the defendant, why is he testifying?
Your Honor, Moses is a foremost expert in the law. As such, I have called him here to shed light on the finer points of the case. I'm surprised Ms. Works didn't call him.
Very well. Overruled. I'll allow it.
So, Moses, will you tell the court how you came to be an expert in the law?
Well, many do call it the law of Moses.
Yeah, fair.
But actually, it's God's law. I'm just the guy that received the commandments on Mount Sinai.
Oh, come now, Moses. You're a bit more than just a guy, aren't you?
I'm not sure what you mean.
Okay, then let me ask you this. When you threw your staff down in front of Pharaoh, what happened?
Well, it turned into a
Thank
snake.
you. And when you held your staff out over the Red Sea with the army of Egypt pursuing you, what happened?
Well, the Red Sea parted,
Thank
but
you. And when you went up on Mount Sinai, what happened?
which time?
What?
I went up to Mount Sinai several times. Which time are you referring to? Once I went up there, and after being in God's presence, my face was brighter than an LED headlight for over a month. Another time I went up there, God gave me stone tablets inscribed with His commandments on them.
That's it. That's the time I'm asking about.
Oh, well, yes, God gave me stone tablets inscribed with His commandments on them.
And what were those commandments?
Do you want the long or the short version?
There are versions?
Oh, my, yes. I can do them in 10 or 2. I'm personally fond of the 2 version. It comes from even greater expert than I.
Greater than you? I doubt that, sir, but please, do give us the easy version.
I didn't say that.
Didn't say what?
I didn't say it was the easy version. I said it was the short version.
Isn't the shorter version easier, less to obey?
Not at all. The short version is this: love God and love your neighbor as yourself. On these 2 commandments hang all the law and the prophets.
Thank you, Moses. Nothing further.
Miss Works, would you like to cross-examine this one?
Yes, I do. Yes. Now, Moses, just for funsies, how about you give us the long version? All 10 commandments.
All right. Idols, no. Misuse God's name, no. Forget the Sabbath day, no. Dishonor your parents, no. Adultery, no. Steal, no. Covet stuff, no. Cover relationships, no.
Now, Moses, if someone were to, I don't know, spread a vicious rumor and ruin someone's ability to provide for their family, that would break what? Just the 8th commandment?
Well, technically, it'd break the 5th commandment. The 5th commandment has to do with hurting and harming your neighbor in his body, and also providing for your neighbor's physical needs. Also, the 7th, someone who did such a thing would also be guilty of stealing. Actually, once you think about it, it also breaks the 1st. And once you've broken that one, you've broken them all.
What? Now, Moses, what does God's commandments say about the punishment for breaking these commandments?
It says the soul that sins must die.
I'm sorry, Moses. I couldn't quite hear you. Speak up, please.
It says the soul that sins must die.
What? Thank you, Moses. You've been very helpful. To me. Nothing further.
Your Honor, may I redirect?
If the prosecution has no objections?
None, Your Honor. Every time he opens his mouth, my case gets stronger and stronger. Go for it, Joshua.
So, Moses, how was the Promised Land when you finally arrived?
Objection. Relevance?
Your Honor, she wanted me to question this witness. It is relevant, I assure you.
Okay. You ask your question. You settle down. The witness may answer the question.
What was the question?
Tell us about when you arrived in the Promised Land.
I can't. I'm sorry, but I can't.
For goodness sake, just answer the question.
Moses, why can't you answer the question?
Because I never entered the Promised Land.
What? Moses, did your failure to enter the Promised Land have anything to do with this famous staff of yours?
How did you know about that?
Please, just answer the question.
Yes, the staff had quite a bit to do with it. God told me to bring water from the rock for the people of Israel by his word. But I got a little full of myself and struck the rock twice.
Did water come out of the rock?
Yes.
So what was the problem?
I made it look like it was my power bringing water from the rock instead of the power of God's word.
Then what happened?
God said I couldn't enter the Promised Land because of what I'd done.
Just because you tapped a stick on a rock?
No, well, yes.
Objection.
That doesn't seem fair.
Objection. That wasn't a question.
Withdrawn. Was that fair?
Completely.
After all you had done for Israel, you made one little mistake and bam, no Promised Land?
Objection. Leading the witness.
Withdrawn. Why was it completely fair?
Because I did a lot worse than that.
How so?
Before the Exodus that made me famous, I killed an Egyptian.
What?
Order in the court!
Objection! He's bullying his witness!
Bench! Bullying his own witness. You can't object now just because it's not going your way. Overruled. Step back. I will not have another outburst like that in my courtroom.
Ms. Remington, would you please read for us what Moses said he did that was worse than tapping the rock?
Before Exodus that made me famous, I killed an Egyptian.
So Moses, did you commit this great sin before or after God called you to lead his people out of slavery?
Before.
Before or after God met with you on Mount Sinai and gave you the 10 Commandments?
Before.
So you're saying that even though you were guilty of this great sin, God still called you to lead his people?
Yes, he did.
And why would he do something like that?
Objection. Leading the witness. How could the witness possibly know that?
Your Honor, if you will allow it, I'd like to present evidence of why.
Very well. I'll allow it.
Bailiff, would you please hand this to the witness? Moses, please read the highlighted passage.
By faith, the people passed through the Red Sea as on dry land, but when the Egyptians tried to do so, they were drowned. Hebrews 11, verse 29.
Moses was a murderer and David was corrupt. Abraham a liar, even Noah messed up. Isaac was afraid too much and Sarah was a doubter. Jacob was a scheming snake and Jonah was sour. But they each had faith. A little bit of faith goes a long, long way. Everybody has a worst day. The love of God will never ever give up hope, and it covers us with grace. Have a little bit of faith. Joseph was a bragger, Samuel was neglectful, Gideon was idolatrous, and Samson was a rebel. Joseph was impetuous, and Rahab was in trouble. Barak's trust conditional, Zedekiah lived in rubble. But they each had faith. A little bit of faith goes a long, long way. Everybody has a worst day. The love of God will never ever give up hope, and it covers us with grace. Have a little bit of faith. Jesus is our counselor. This is how we plead. The love and blood of Christ will set us free. And they all had faith. A little bit of faith goes a long, long way. Everybody has a worst day. The love of God will never ever give up hope, and it covers us with grace. Have a little bit of faith.
Ms. Remington, read it back to us, please.
By faith, people passed through the Red Sea as on dry land.
So it was by faith that you did these great things.
No, it's by faith that God did these great things through me.
And why would God do great things through you, a great sinner?
Think about it this way. All have sinned and fall short of the glory of God and are justified by his great grace as a gift.
All have sinned?
Yes.
Sam Shekel?
Yes.
Hazel?
Yes.
Peter?
Oh my yes.
What about the jury? The bailiff?
Yes and yes.
What? But surely not Judge Justice. Surely not Ms. Works.
Don't shake your head. Yet, oh, them two.
What? How about me?
Of course not you.
Objection! I couldn't hear that.
Sorry, withdrawn.
Mr. Isaacs, I don't understand what you're getting at here. We're not on trial. Mr. Tent is.
Of course, Your Honor. I'm finished. The defense rests.
Very well. Closing statements tomorrow. Adjourned.
All rise. Court is adjourned until tomorrow morning.
What are you up to? Why have you worked so hard to prove your client's guilt?
I told you, I only defend the guilty.
Well, you're losing this case.
I've heard that before. My winning looks a lot like losing for the first couple of days. On day 3, you'll see. In fact, I've already won.
This is Dinah Sawyer reporting live from the Solomon County Courthouse. Closing arguments are about to begin in the case of the state versus Penitent. There's been some explosive testimony in the case. In particular, the defense's star witness, Moses, seemed to blow up in the face of attorney Joshua Isaacs. Prosecutor Sarah Works seemed a bit flustered by the strategy of the defense, but the evidence against Tent is substantial. Moses, a well-respected expert in the law, shocked the court when he testified to his own wrongdoing in Egypt. Moses seemed unfazed by the admission, but the courtroom is still buzzing about it. We will continue to update the public as the trial wraps up.
All rise. The Honorable Judge Justice presiding.
Please be seated. Is the prosecution ready to proceed with closing statements?
Yes.
Let's hear it.
Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I believe I promised you mountains of evidence, and as you can see, mountains of evidence are before you. And the defense has failed to chip away at one bit of it. Penitent is guilty of the charges against him. And even more, according to the defense's own expert witness, Moses, when you break one commandment, you break them all. Surely, the only verdict you can render, you must render, is guilty. Sam Shekel, who is only guilty of being friends with the wrong man, deserves justice. Penitent deserves justice too. So give him what he deserves. Thank you.
Mr. Isaacs?
Judge Justice, members of the jury, it's been an unusual defense, hasn't it? Ms. Works is right. I didn't refute one bit of the evidence against my client. He didn't want me to. He feels terrible about what he did to Sam, to Miriam, and Hazel. My goodness, the guilt of what he did to Hazel weighs on him heavily. What could I possibly say now that would convince you to return with a verdict of not guilty? I mean, think about the testimony of Moses. What a disaster. For Peter, for Judge Justice, for Ms. Works, even for you, dear jury. The soul that sins, it must die. All have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. Love God with all your heart, mind, and strength, and love your neighbor as I have loved you. Peter certainly hasn't done that. Have you? You know, Peter and I were talking last night, and he said something interesting. He said that the good he wants to do, he just doesn't. And the bad stuff that he hates, he just keeps on doing. Do you ever feel like that? I know Peter is guilty. So do you. Peter and I know what you have to do. All will be well. I promise. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it is time for me to instruct you on your duty as you begin deliberations. First, the defendant is innocent until proven guilty beyond a shadow of a doubt. If you feel a reasonable doubt as to the defendant's guilt, you must render a verdict if not guilty. If, however, the prosecution has convinced you, you must render a verdict of guilty. Now please, begin your deliberations.
Nellie Sly reporting live from the Solomon County Courthouse. Jury deliberations have begun in the case of the state versus Penitent. In closing arguments, the jury is back already. That must be some kind of record.
Well, that was fast. Mr. Foreperson, have you reached a verdict?
We have, Your Honor.
And is your decision unanimous?
It is.
Very well. In the case of State versus Penitent, how do you, the jury, find the defendant?
Your Honor, we, the jury, find the defendant, Penitent, innocent! What?
Order in the court! That is not what it says on that piece of paper in your hand.
I'm sorry. I don't know why I said that. How could you help but...
Let's try this again, shall we? In the case of State versus Penitent, how do you, the jury, find the defendant?
We find the defendant innocent!
Order! Order in the court! I will have order!
Your Honor, I think I might be able to help explain.
Please do, because everyone in this courtroom knows your client is guilty, including you.
Yes, I do, but I also know something else. Bailiff, would you please hand this to Judge Justice?
What is this?
Your sentence, if my client was found guilty.
What? How did she...
I know that. It's my sentence. How do you know it?
I know a lot of things, but that's not important right now. What is important is that the sentence has been carried out.
What?
Excuse me?
It's true, Judge. The fine has been paid in full. The jail time has been served, too.
How? What? That's not possible.
Oh, I think that you'll find with me, all things are possible.
What?
Wait a minute. How come every time I ask to see my lawyer, you shut up within 5 minutes?
Because I was in the cell next to you, defending you, yes, but also doing your time.
Your Honor, this is outrageous. Surely you're not going to allow this. He's guilty, say it!
I'm sorry. I've been trying. It's not that I won't. I can't.
What? Why can't you? What?
Bailiffs, don't you have a little something for everyone? This might be a good time. Moses and Hazel, help them, please.
What's going on? What are these notes?
Don't worry, Your Honor. We have one for you, too. Would any of the jurors like to read theirs aloud for the court? How about you, Sam? No? What about you, Judge? How about you, Miss Works? Surely you wouldn't mind sharing with the class.
How did you know about this?
Continue, Miss Works.
Thank you. I didn't think anybody knew about this.
That's not important.
Who are you? Are you ruining me? Are you gonna blackmail me? What are you gonna do with this information?
No, I am not. You didn't finish reading it, did you? That's not like you, Sarai. You're always so thorough. Read it.
I know what it says. I know what I did. Hey!
Read it, Miss Remington.
Don't.
Read it.
Sarah Works, declared innocent.
What?
Wait. Paid in full by who? When?
By me. A long time ago.
Solomon County Courthouse. The jury has returned with a verdict of innocent for Penitent. No one saw this coming, folks. Least of all Judge Justice. Charges are sure to be...
first of all, we have some composers that are with us this evening. Would my dear composer friends stand up, please? Can I recognize you? Mr. and Mrs. Paxton were kind enough to do all of the music and lyrics for our performance as this was written. Where did she go? By Mrs. Glaskey. She tried to escape. Did everyone witness this? We're going to have another trial. Mrs. Glaskey, who wrote and directed our performance, we are also very thankful for. A couple of housekeeping things before we leave. First of all, if you would like to make a donation to our theater program, there will be students standing with baskets as you leave. If you would like your children, we would love for you to take your children over the weekend. They are in their classrooms. Please retrieve them in their classrooms. They will not come back to you voluntarily. Finally, chairs. If you would like to help us put chairs away this evening, we could use some extra hands. Thank you again for sharing your little blessings with us. They did an awesome job. We are so proud of them and thankful for them. God has richly blessed us. Have a wonderful evening.